Welcome to the Before Tacky podcast. I'm here with Jan from Kasperi Bags of Finland. I saw your designs and your pieces at Pitti Uomo in Florence, and I was like, wow, okay, this is very different. I didn't think they had a bag brand like this in Finland. No offense or anything like that. But what struck me was the durability of the bags and the way you guys are using leather. First question then, all right, so why did you decide to start a bag brand?
Yeah, hi, and nice to be here in the show. And the reason I started the bag brand was that I needed a durable bag for myself. I started cycling commuting in the Helsinki about 2004. I bought a messenger bag, and that got broken every 1.5 years.
Okay.
So after few bags back from the warranty, I decided that I'm gonna design myself a better and durable bag, and that's why I chose leather as a material, because it looks cool, but it's also the most durable material on the market, and it's forming into your body. So that was the mindset already from the beginning, to make durable, long-lasting, and repairable products.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you something. When I was looking over your website, it said sustainable tannery. So I guess you guys are using sustainable materials, for example. And can you explain that?
Yeah,
we lost them.
We're using all, and some of them are coming also from Scandinavia, but they cannot be separated, but mainly from France. And they are vegetable tanned in Italy. And so means that like all the tanning agents are natural, so it's there can't be any toxics coming from the leather. So and also all of the leather is byproduct of the dairy and meat industry. So unlike fur, nothing of the animals are brought for the skin.
All right, I understand. So your materials are sourced from France and Italy. Is that what you said?
The raw hides come to Italy from France, and most of the hides in Europe which are tanned are coming from France, because the industry there is so big. But the best tanneries are based in Italy, and there's the long tradition there, and the highest quality.
Right.
Quality comes from there, so that's why we are using Italian tanneries. But we use also at the moment tanneries from Finland, Germany, and Spain.
Right. Production-wise, now they're produced in Europe and Finland, correct?
Yes, we have our own workshop, which we started actually in summer 24. Before that, we had a subcontractor and partner in Finland, but that was our long-time dream, to have our own workshop so that we can create our own culture and revitalize it and creating in a new way that the quality, from the quality point of view, that didn't exist anymore in Finland, or never existed before. So that's the reason. And also the other important topic is that we want to have a nice place to people working there, because it's a hard work, and you need to be, the people who are making the bags, they really need to want to make them. So that's why you need to have a nice workshop with the good conditions and better paycheck than they would have other places. So we're creating a culture from the scratch. It's not only the bags, it's not only the workshop itself. That's the long-term dream, is create a culture that will live after me and after us, that there was someone to take over the company and continue from that.
I like that philosophy. Talk to me then, for example, about design, because I'm very big on handbags or bag designs. I see you have the shoulder bag, and you have, I think, a backpack. And I remember they were very heavy, like I said, very durable. Is that part of your brand DNA?
Yeah, the brand DNA is that like we create products that will last over generations. So somebody will inherit the bags. And one thing is that you need to have proper materials that will last, and the design needs to be made so that the products can be fixed. you know.
Right.
It's like an iPhone, like you drop it and then the screen is broken and you can't fix it anymore, or it's more expensive. So the idea is that like everything needs to be repairable.
Okay.
Then there's a fine balance between the thickness and durability of the materials, because if we make too heavy bags, nobody's going to use them. And our backpacks are a little bit heavier than, for example, Cordura-made sports or military-grade bags. But I say that they will definitely overlast them. And we have invested a lot of design on the ergonomics. So especially our backpacks are really good to carry. So they might look a little bit traditional, but our claim is that even though they're a little bit heavier than like canvas bags or for example, from Cordura made bags, they are nicer to carry because the leather will form into your body. So after a while, it's like a leather shoe. You have to break it in and then it becomes your partner. It becomes part of your body. So that's the key element of the design. So first of all, it needs to be nice to carry, because if you have a long-lasting product but it's too bulky or it's too heavy or it's kind of restrained on your body, you're not going to use it, then everything is wasted. So the ergonomics is the most important thing in the beginning. And then comes the durability, and then comes the details. And then there are some philosophical points that, for example, we don't use lining or we don't use zippers, because zippers will get broken quite easily after maybe 5 years of use. And then it's quite big work to change them. So all of our design is really simple and minimalistic in that sense. So that brings also some of the aesthetics to the bags, but also the durability.
Now, you mentioned repair service. How long is the guarantee on the bags? For example, is it 2 years, the lifetime of the bag, for example? Can you explain?
Well, in Europe, when we're working within EU regulation, then it's to be mandatory 2 years. But we have fixed all the bags where has ever been any issues. And when I started like 15 years ago, of course, I didn't know so much about the design and durability and constructions of the bags. And we have taken all of the bags, which has come to service maybe, I don't know, 20, 30 about this stage. And we have made thousands of bags in order to investigate what has gone wrong and could we improve something. And I know for now that if the bags from the day one, they're still on the use and they were made like not so good materials and not so good details, and I didn't know that much about designing bags, and now I know much more. So I'm really confident to say that our bags will last for 50 years easily. But we have now 100-day satisfaction guarantee in our bags, so people can use them as they like, and if they don't like it, they can send it back, because we know that like after 100 days of use, they're just like starting their journey. So that's not a problem for us.
And what about, I did notice another thing on your website, the pre-order. I mean, are the bags pre-order, or for example, can I just order one now or wait?
Well, most of our bags are at the pre-order stage now, because the demand is bigger that we can produce, and that is also one of our business model is that like we sell pre-orders, so we get a little bit funding from the customers before, and then we can grow our production little by little. So it's like we're not in a hurry. This is not a sprint. We're on a marathon. So we're, as explained earlier, we're creating a culture, and this is quite openly communicated to our customers, and they have placed trust on us. So we have queues at the moment from 1 month to 4 months, but some of the products are on the shelf at the moment. But like, of course, that is the situation that we're aiming, that some of the best sellers or the basic products will be on the shelf. But since we're growing, most probably most of our products will be on pre-order quite a long time.
For your customer, who, for example, do you think is a key buyer? Who's a customer for your bag? Is it a person who has a bike, a hiker, a city dweller, for example?
Well, we have targeted or recognized 3 different customer groups. One is aesthetic hiker. Maybe that's like more closer to our brand identity or the visual identity, for example, our Instagram or on our web pages. And so there are people who are going to the nature, maybe close outdoors or traveling a lot to the nature destinations. And they value the functionality of the backpack, and of course for the aesthetics, it looks good in the pictures, and you can match it with your clothes if that's important. So that's one group. Then another group is like people who are really valuing quality, craftsmanship. So they care about the details, that we can openly tell that like which tannery leather is being used in this product, where are the rivets coming, where is the thread coming. We can openly show, because we can have more and more reels and videos showing how we're making the bags. So they are the people who are valuing craftsmanship and kind of the handcraft culture that we're building in our workshop. And then third group that we have recognized is this heritage scene where are lots of people like who are valuing brands which are making their own products, maybe in their own workshops, or everything is open sourced. Like, for example, if there's a German brand, they're making stuff in Germany, or they have a subcontractor in Germany, or they can openly say that like this is made in Italy and that sort of stuff. So those are the groups: the heritage folks, crafts people who are valuing crafts, and the aesthetic outdoor people.
That's really good to know. I mean, but for example, another thing is, I noticed you didn't have any handbags, a shopper bag. Where's that shopper bag coming? Because I'm a big shopper bag person.
Well, this year we're able to launch like Kasperi Lab, which means that we are starting to little bit more experimenting with the faster pace, because now we have 6 products in our line, and they're all like really well tested, and we know that they work. And through this Kasperi Lab experimental studio, we can start launching new designs a little bit faster, and we make like small selection of them, and then people the customer will vote. Customer is always the king, because I think if I have a good idea for a tote bag or such, I don't know if it's good idea for the customer. So we let customers decide, and if there are some designs coming out, and if there's enough demand for it, then we start producing it in a bigger quantities. But tote bag, shopper bag is one of on the line, but unfortunately I can't promise you any exact date because we just hired a new employee in the workshop, and we're expanding physically to the next door. So there's going to be lots of busy days building up the facility and getting more production under the roof.
Good job. Let me ask you, last question. Where can they buy your bags? You can't buy them in a retail store, but you buy them online. So tell everyone where they can grab one.
Everything is from online, so kasperi.com. So we sell directly only to customer. In continental Europe, in Germany and Amsterdam, we have few shops where you can actually go and see and feel the bag if you like it. But that is something that we're experimenting now, but you can't actually buy the bag from there, so you always have to buy it from a web shop.
Can it be sent to America or to Japan or China, for example? Do you guys ship internationally? I mean, outside of the EU?
Yes, 70% of our products are going outside Finland, so we ship worldwide.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Thank you, Jan.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.